welcome back to the channel. This is United vs. Everybody. I am your host, Sean. Apologies ahead of time if I seem a little tired. It's because I am very, very tired, but it's been a long day, and I'm super thrilled to be kind of wrapping it up, talking to all you absolute legends. Ian's going to join in as well. Dylan might join. Not sure yet what's going on, but we will see. But we got a Man United News Roundup, you guys. We are talking all sorts of left-back stuff at the moment. We are talking a little bit of FIFA, a little bit of Chelsea, because it's fun to laugh at Chelsea. Although it sounds like Chelsea might be the ones laughing a little bit. But we're going to get stuck in, you guys. So make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I will be back in a hot second. Ian, what is going on, my man?
What's going on, mate? You all right? Good evening, legends. Everyone all right?
Just living the dream. I got this in the mail today, actually. So I just wanted to go ahead and wrap that up for today's show. Yeah, it looks nice. So now that's the away and the home I've got this year.
Nice.
Got this during GoGoalShop's flash sale. This was like $12, so I'm happy with that. So
I may invest in a red one this year. I've not bought a red shirt in a long time.
Go check out GoGoalShop, you guys, if you get a second. There is an invitation code linked in the video description. If you use that code when you register, you get $5 off. Yeah, they are awesome. They're excellent quality. So they have retro shirts on there too, just in case if anyone's wondering. But welcome back.
Thanks, mate. It's a good place on there to get the Stone Roses one if anyone wants any of that, because most of the other official places are either exuberant amount of money or they're sold out in all decent sizes other than a child or 3 times XL. So yeah, go to GoGo and yeah, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, they're good stuff on there. They got tracksuits, they got women's stuff, they've got retros, like I said, long sleeves, a lot of long sleeves too. But Ian, welcome back to the land of the living, my friend.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Upright.
I'd just done too much. I'd exhausted myself the other day, so I'm burnt out. So the wife confiscated all my gadgets and sent me off to bed. Yeah, there was no arguing with her.
You had a substitution off the bench to come in and
I did hear.
Tap in a couple of comments for you. So big up.
She's a little chip off the old block, mate. Yeah.
Well done, Ash. Well done, getting it done. But yes, feeling better.
Yes, mate. Yeah, feeling a lot better. She told me she had to kick some silly little scouser out of the chat, but I was like going to ask her how she does that, but no, she knew. Her and technology are like connected.
Not happening.
Thing, the symbiosis.
Right. Big up Rob in the house. Rob,
United
vs. Everybody shop T-shirt, great quality. That's awesome. Yes, I did send Rob. I asked him to pick something he wanted from the UVE online store. Sent that over his way as a big thank you for running the World Cup Fantasy League for us. That was a blast. The winner still has not contacted me, so I guess nobody wants a shirt. But,
Sean, you could roll it on to the Premier League.
Well, we could. Yeah, we could just extend that and roll it on. There is speaking of, Rob has also graciously hosted the United vs. Everybody Premier League Fantasy. Excellent. Rob is an absolute legend. Pretty much everybody in the UVE community is an absolute legend. But the code is right there, you guys. I'll leave that up for a hot second. If you're interested, there is a post in the community section. You guys can go. The code is over there as well. So we are doing a Fantasy Premier League as well. And yeah, unless the winner from the World Cup, I'll give you to the end of next week maybe to contact me before us. At least we'll give you to the season starts. How's that? And then if I don't hear back from you, then...
also, you could, Sean, freshen it up if you do move it on and say home or away. Winner's choice. Yeah. Winner's choice. Dealer's choice.
But now they got to wait till the end of the season to get it, so...
Well... It's the anticipation, isn't it?
We'll still hook you up. It's not a problem. But yes, check that out, you guys. There's a link in the chat. There is a post with the code over in the community section as well. Big up. While we're on kicking people out, I'm just going to stop right here and have a little public service announcement. So, memberships. Love everybody supporting the channel through memberships and gifting the memberships. It's awesome. I know Ian's gifted a couple. It's great. We love having the memberships. We love having the WhatsApp group and stuff. I don't like having to kick people out though. So I don't like having these kind of chats. It was a big pet peeve of mine to have to remind people how to be grown-ups. And I think I shouldn't have to do that, right? Because the United vs. Everybody community is full of mature, respectful people. But with that being said, please be mature, be respectful to one another. I had to boot someone from the WhatsApp group this week, which I don't want to have to do. I have a pretty long patience line. Like it does wear thin though when people start name calling and being disrespectful. So if you want to have discussions, I don't care if we disagree, if we see things differently. I don't care if you can't understand why I feel the way I feel or how someone else feels the way they feel, how they see things. That's fine. That's beautiful. It what makes human beings great, right? We can disagree. Do so
Absolutely.
respectfully, you guys. I don't even mind if you're stubborn or entrenched in your opinions. That's fine too. But when you cross the line and start name calling, you're going to get booted from the chat, from the comment section, or from that WhatsApp group. Remember, it is my way of saying thank you and getting everybody involved as well and getting the membership some perks. But what do I always say? Don't be a dick. Um, so
Nah.
just
Well, it doesn't cost nothing to have a little bit of common decency and a little bit of manners. It don't
yeah,
cost nothing. You can say what you like. You can say anything you like to me. Just don't cross that, like Sean's saying. There's a line. You don't start insulting people. You don't go any kind of sort of racial, political. We don't do any of that. It's
yeah.
football. It's banter. But like Sean's, you can have a strong opinion without hating someone else's opinion.
I don't even care if you hate my opinion. Just don't name
No.
call. Like name
Yeah.
calling is just
That's it.
that's just the like the low. That's like low. That's low
Yeah, it is.
quality stuff.
It
So
is school. It is school ground, isn't it? What do they call it?
I got no patience for it. So just a reminder. I know I don't have to, but I feel like this isn't directed at anybody. Don't ask me who it was. Don't ask me what happened. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't care about all that. I move on. No sharp edges. Just keep rolling. It's fine. Speaking of membership perks, you also may have noticed in the chat there's a
Oh
pin.
yeah.
I have replaced questions from a boot because I have a really hard time coming up with ones. With a new section called Would You Rather. One of the membership perks for starting 11 and Legends members is you get to contribute to that, just like you can contribute scouting report suggestions. Don't put them in don't put them in the live chat. I will not see them. Leave them. There's a special post over in the community section, or if you are a starting 11 or Legend member, put it in the comment section after the fact. If I have to go digging through the live chat and watch the video again, it's not going to happen. So I did put a fresh member post with all that stuff in there. So go check that out. And I did post one today. So I'll real quick recap that before we dive into everything.
Oh
So
yeah.
I did have the first official Would You Rather is, would you rather have won the 2011 Champions League or the 2012 Premier League?
League.
The you said
League.
Premier League? Yeah, the league.
Yeah, Premier League. Yeah, league. League first over everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I think that
DB.
2012 Premier League was what kind of started launching, I think, City's kind of momentum, and I think that
Yeah.
putting an early nip in the bud on that would have, I think, the last decade and a half could have been very different.
Oh yeah.
Especially if we had still won the 2013 one as well. I always rate the Premier League higher than the Champions League in general in terms of my my priority.
It's harder to win, Sean. At the end
Exactly.
of the day.
You don't have to
So
play
it's just
everybody in the
harder to
Champions
win.
League.
Yeah.
Just like you don't have to play anybody in the FA Cup. It's all about the draw. I mean,
Exactly.
when we got to the
Yeah.
Europa League final, we beat some tough teams. When we got to the FA Cup final, when we won it with under Ten Hag, we beat some tough teams along the way. That Liverpool quarterfinal was one of my favorite matches in recent memory.
Oh, absolute quality. I mean, the thing is with that sort of league and the toughness, I don't want and never was a fan of. As soon as they suggested it a Super League, I don't want all that.
Yeah.
But I would be up for scrapping the Champions League as a cup and making it a league competition. The only problem is it extends the amount of games players have got to play. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you now, I'd have more respect for you if you had to beat 30 teams. And if you finish top, then you're the champions. Then you are the champions.
It's a
You know what I
marathon to win the league. You got to play everybody twice. You don't get to hide from anything. You could get all the way to the Champions League final without really playing anybody of note. You could get to the Champions League and lose to some of these big winners in the league phase, still advance
Yeah.
and not play anybody hard up until that
No.
point. So it's
If they made it a league as well, imagine how many more games they could televise.
I want to win the Champions League always, but I always prioritize the Premier League.
100%.
Honestly, but
Bread and butter. It's your bread and butter.
so that is my new segment. Starting 11 and Legends members can contribute to the Would You Rather, but we kicked off one today with a bit of a history lesson there. So, that 2011 final was humbling, to say the least. But it's the excellent Barcelona side. What it is. Who else is in the chat today? Magi's in the house. Big up, Magi. Hope you're doing well. Danny B's in the house. Robert inside. Big up. Yeah, we're talking about Lewis Hall today, you guys. But we have a couple things to get to first and foremost. But we just want to say, hey to everyone. Hope everyone is having a good. What's everybody got planned for the weekend? Ian, what do you have planned for the weekend?
Not a lot actually. Yeah, no, the wife's got nothing. No, we've got no big events. Half the kids aren't here. Yeah, but very little. Probably chilled. Take the dog somewhere. Yeah, depends what the weather's doing.
Nice. Well, we do have a friendly tomorrow morning, Atletico Madrid in Stockholm, Sweden. So we'll be talking a little bit about some of that one as well. But
Watching that.
What is happening here? So what is going on? Rob Taft just absolutely killing it.
United.
Wow. That was a very long twinkle.
Yeah.
Rob Taft, absolute legend. Thank you, man. What a top bloke. Gifted 10 United vs. Everybody memberships. Wow. You guys make sure
Legend.
you have that activated on your YouTube profile. You have to go into your settings if you want to be eligible to receive a membership gift. It doesn't default to that. You have to go turn that on. But big up, Rob. A lot of people getting some memberships in here. We got Random Idiot Says, Chet getting one, Peter Gaskin's getting one, Prince Imong getting one, No Rain, Hamza, Israel, Obi Cobbs, Lionhearts. Welcome back, Lionhearts. Good to see you. Luke Shaw's #1 fan. And Lawrence Berry. You guys are legends for being in here. Rob's an absolute legend. Big up, man. Wow.
Big up,
that, guys. He's trying to get you guys involved in the perks because, like I said, you guys, there's a lot of perks. There's the WhatsApp group. Again, it is for Starting 11 and Legends members, the WhatsApp group. Don't share the link. And again, as I talked about earlier, don't be a dick. But big up, Rob Taft, man. Absolute legend.
Yeah. There's a lot to do in that members group as well because we need more people to challenge Sean for scouting reports, and we need more people to with the Andors. Like I said to the Andor, and I was talking to my mate, and he went, "What about Ronaldinho?" And I went, "Let me stop you. If you're going to give me an Andor, Ronaldinho, or someone else, Man United have not failed to sign a player that I wanted more, so you couldn't. It would be over in 10 seconds. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have something that has some balance. Like prime Rooney or prime Ronaldo."
Well, that's a possibility for someone's Would You Rather. Again, don't put those in the live chat. Put them in the comment section if you're a Starting 11 or Legend member, or go put them in the special post. That's a members only post. So
just have to click on the comment section in the title of the video.
I'll get notified if you put it in the comment section. I will not get notified if it's somewhere in the live chat. But
no.
Oh, big up, Rob. Thank you again. You guys, this legend. The memberships are great. It's a great community we have here. Let's move forward with some news because that's probably why you guys are all here. Let's get some of the little things out of the way first.
Can we start with a sad little bit of passing of one of the greatest defenders I have ever witnessed? Period.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Franco Baresi.
Yeah. They don't make them like that anymore, do they?
Oh, no. If you could take that Milan 1990 team, they'd wipe the floor with anybody now. And I mean floor wiping.
No age either.
No. Yeah, no. I see a picture of Maldini, just devastated looking. Nah.
Yeah,
I just remember seeing him with my own eyes. So it's like one of those ones where you're like, they are that good. You're like, you walk away going.
It
makes it look too easy.
We've lost some legends in the last couple of years. Maradona, about 4 or 5 years ago. Beckenbauer before that. Cruyff, 10, 12 years ago was a big one.
Yep.
If I've forgotten anyone, I'm not sorry. Apologies, but we won't see the like of guys like that ever again, in my opinion.
Nah. It's a difficult comparison because you get the people who say, "Oh, if you could take Pele from that and put him as now," it's a different game. It's like, "Oh, would Cantona do in the Premier. Cantona couldn't handle the Premier League now. I don't mean his ability; he'd get sent off a lot. The
I
league has
think
just moved on from that type of player
I think Bestie could handle it now. I think Bestie would actually thrive with how soft
because he's a
things are
jinky
now.
winger, isn't he? He's a
Yeah,
jinky.
he was doing bits when you could just murder people on the pitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, unalive YouTube. Sorry, not allowed to say that.
Unalive people, yeah. No, even at the very end, and my granddad loved, Beckham. He loved Ronaldo and like that, but he would always tell you the greatest player by a hair, and he said a very thin hair, Bobby Charlton. He said was George Best. He said the greatest he's ever seen, ever. Period.
Well, we were toying around a couple months back with the idea of maybe doing a retro match watch along, and maybe we could throw on the '68 final as a group and kind of watch that at some point. That could be fun. Maybe before the season officially kicks off, after some of the friendly stuff.
Because you could actually put that on the screen, couldn't you? Because that wouldn't be copyrighted. Could you not?
It's copyrighted. It's United's property.
Oh, is it?
So if you're an MUTV subscriber, you can watch them all on MUTV. So I'll put it on and we can do that. So we'll do that at some point. That'll be fun. I've got the thumbnail prepped, so we'll do that. Rob's wearing his Eat Sleep United Repeat shirt. Yeah, I love that one. Let's move on here. So for the gamers out there, FC27, EA Sports FC27 launches in a couple months. Details and footage are trickling out here a little bit. Today they released the career mode deep dive, and they try to make it a little bit more Football Manager, I think, because now we've got all sorts of player negotiation options. So now you can negotiate signing on fees, you can negotiate the agent fee, you can negotiate bonuses, you can negotiate buyback clauses, you can put installments in there, all sorts of stuff in here now. You get sell-on fees now, you've got loan back clauses, you get first refusals on these things. So now they're adding literally every little layer you can possibly think of to the transfer negotiations, because honestly, all I ever really play with this game is career mode. I only do manager mode. I don't do ultimate team, I don't do player career, I don't do any of that. I only do manager career, and it's gotten a facelift, but it hasn't quite gotten as in depth as it could be, and I think this is a good step. There's always going to be bugs and stuff, but
of course,
I don't like one of the things that they've added now. They've added something called a couple years ago they added dynamic potential, so your potential could actually change over the course
depending on how much you play as well.
Yes. So now, but they've now introduced dynamic overall, which sounds stupid. I hope it can be turned off. That to me sounds more like a team type thing where your overall over game by game in its season can actually go up or down and things. So I just don't think that's necessary. But
all I've heard about this game, I'm not a big FIFA player because I'm more a Football Manager. But all I've heard is that everyone's revolting because it's more pay to win now than ever before. Everything's just pay, which would make me think there will be an option in the career mode now to if you tick this box, your academy players will end up being this, and it's just that game's going that way.
Is it?
It really is. Oh yeah, it's going to so pay to win that the people who make content solely on that are now making videos on YouTube saying there will no longer be any FIFA content going forward. They won't be getting this game.
If you play Ultimate Team and stuff, that's basically what it is. Ultimate Team is like the game itself has been banned in some European countries because it's basically gambling for packs. Like some countries, I forget, like France, maybe like Denmark or something have.
Belgium, it's banned.
Belgium, that's the one. Yeah. So I don't do Ultimate Team. Couldn't. Literally, I have no clue what people talk about when they talk about like packing this, or I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So
it's crazy. My brother's one of those weirdos that does that. I don't know why. Why would you? But he says to me, he's like, I don't have any other habits. So like, he's not a drinker, he's not a smoker, he don't go out partying, he's got a wife and kids. He don't nothing else to spend his money on. If he wants to do that, it's up to him. But it's a complete waste of time. He'll tell you that himself.
It is what it is. But what are you gonna do? I enjoy it. I don't think I have the time to really get as in depth with Football Manager. Everybody tells me I need to try it.
You do.
I don't like using my laptops for gaming. I'd rather just get a console version. I have an Xbox, so
there's a football. There's a Xbox version of Football Manager. Yeah. It's just scaled down.
Gotcha.
So when I say scaled down, you can still have something like 8 leagues from 12 different countries, and you can have male and female running. And if you say picked England, you could have every single English league running at the same time, and the players will generate. Every real player will be there, but it will tell you if I start a database on the PC and I just chose all English, I'd have about 180, 200,000 players. You'll have about 60,000 players.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like you're getting shafted. Well, it's the database can't have it.
List, honestly.
Sean, you'll get lost. You don't even have to play the game.
Maybe
People use it to do that.
Maybe that's what
it's rabbit hole.
That's why I haven't yet taken the plunge into getting into like wine tasting, because I'm like that's like a whole can of worms.
That's a rabbit hole as well. Yeah,
I'm just not. I'm good with my stuff now. I think I'm good. So it sounds fun. People say I need to try it, but I also
really is.
I do like playing this stuff. Yeah, I know FIFA and EA have separated. It is what it is. It's semantics, but also
the good thing, Sean, with the new Football Manager is there's actually really decent graphics you can watch, and it's not repeated the same over and over and over and over again. So when you change something, you can clearly see it changing. So long distances, like if I'm on a long flight or like she's driving and I'm like hours, tablet, you can just scout.
Nice, I like it. So it sounds like just what I do on my own time anyway for the channel, basically.
Yeah. Could use it as a tool for that.
And honestly, if I did it if I had a nicer PC setup, I could probably live stream like FC 27 career mode and stuff. But then you got to worry about like copyright and music and stuff. It's a whole thing. I'm good.
Well, you can turn all that music off, can't you?
Yeah,
just one button.
Another thing. Rob Taft celebrates 15 months of membership. Big up, Rob. Legend, man. He wants to know Xbox, PS5 for FC 27 and GTA 6. Is GTA still a thing? I haven't played a GTA game since I was in high school.
Yeah. My boys are greatly anticipating the arrival of this game.
The GTA thing, yeah. I mean, I remember just, I don't think I ever got past the first couple missions when I played. I would just go run around, find the fastest car, steal it, and then just have police chase me until I crashed, basically. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell that story on this channel once? Where I had it in college my freshman year, and I told... There used to be codes back when codes were a thing in video games. There was a code for that.
Up, down, left, right, up, down, left.
Yeah. There was a code for that one where you could generate a tank, like in the city, right? I made the mistake of telling my roommate the code, the tank code. I came back from class once, jumped on to play onto the save, and I shit you not, Ian. I loaded the game, and there were literally hundreds of tanks just sitting in the middle of the city because this idiot stick had just couldn't remember where he parked low, and so he's just like, I got to make a new one. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you've lost privileges. Like, you're done.
Yep. No. Yep. Danny, you've got to try Football Manager. Oh, they did. I remember my boys wanting the magazines with the video game things in it. There was one where we got a phone bill back when phones were actually still a thing. And she went mental, and we had to call it up to find out what it was. And as soon as it said the first 3 words, I knew which one of them it was. And one of my boys had seen a number, but to get the cheat, you had to call it up. Premium rate, like £15 a minute. Yeah.
That's not okay. It's too easy for kids to do stuff like that. We were at Thanksgiving once with my wife's family, and her nephew, he was like 3 or 4 at the time. Like, he knows how to go play music on iTunes, but iTunes, you just buy apps and stuff on iTunes. And this kid bought later while we were all there, like a $300 like movie making app or something. And so my wife's brother-in-law had to spend Thanksgiving on the phone with Apple trying to get this charge taken out.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, kids.
No.
But yeah, FC 27. I don't forget when it's coming out. It's probably like the end of September. It's usually when this comes out.
Loads of early access things and all that sort of stuff.
You can, if you wait till Black Friday, it'll be like half price. If you guys can wait that. Not everyone can wait that long. I tell myself every year I'm not going to get it at launch, and then I do, and it just is what it is. But
Do you know something about Xbox? It's not a commonly known thing. I got told it by someone who worked for them a long time ago now, that one account, one purchase can be shared between two people, and you don't need to have the other person there.
Nice.
So you could be on the other side of the world and share, and it's just one account. So like me and my brother only buy one set of things. I don't do it anymore. I buy one account, and my boys can play as well then. So
good to know.
It's
all the Xbox
you buy one game. Well, if you've got a mate that you share it with, or you've got kids,
I don't know anybody else who plays.
See, not Dylan. Dylan don't play.
I don't think so. No, Dylan's a busy guy. He's got his masters wrapping up and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's.
It's just half the price then, isn't it? That's all you do.
Yeah. Well, but yeah. So FC27 career mode, interesting stuff. Trying to make it a little bit more involved, I guess. But it's nice. I mean, buyback clauses, sell-on clauses are fun. That's fun to do. They're more realistic. I guess they've collaborated with a website called Transfer Room. Are you familiar with this?
I am. Yeah.
So now
they tried to do
make
it.
things more realistic now in terms of price and things like that.
Well, it's kind of like Transfermarkt. We would call it unreliable transfer news, but they're trying to do like the transfer version of Opta.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well,
the thing is, I always found with all those clauses that you can give the players is you can stick loads of them on there. None of them will ever come through. You ain't playing 10 seasons with the same team. So,
yeah, I don't ever last too long. My issue with the game these days, so a couple years, two games ago, they introduced live start points, which I've been asking for years. Great feature. Problem is they release so many squad updates, and the new squad update doesn't apply to the previous live start. You have to wait for the next live start to update. But by then, there's a new squad update coming out. So you kind of have to just decide, am I not going to want the most up-to-date squad? Am I going to be okay with that? That's fine. Like, it is what it is. So what are you going to do?
My brother always says, wait for the transfer window to shut, and then that's it. So, yeah.
All right, let's chat a little bit about some of the news. If you guys have stuck it out this far, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We are on the road to 5K, you guys.
Legends.
We are absolutely cruising. You guys rock. Let's talk about this young man, Ian, because obviously a lot of talk these days. Our left back search might have gotten a little bit of a shakeup. Now, again, there's not a whole lot of new updates on Lewis Hall in general, but again, what you sometimes want to do is look at what's going on around the player, and there's a lot going on around the player right now.
Yes.
David Ornstein obviously dropped that bomba that Eddie Howe is set to leave Newcastle. He will be replaced by Matthias Yesel, who is coaching at Al Ahly. Odd timing, I think. I think Howe put in his 2 weeks notice 2 weeks ago.
That they know.
So again, let this be an example to you guys that rich owners don't guarantee anything. Everybody's got to follow the same rules unless you're City and Chelsea, apparently. But now I'm going to lay out the foundation, then we're going to chat about this, you guys. Okay? So now, depending on how you want to look at this could be good or bad for any club interested in demand Lewis Hall, right? He's reportedly open to a move to United. We've heard that a couple times now. This could be good because there's a lot of uncertainty at Newcastle. Yep. A player or a coach reason, I think a big reason Eddie Howe left is because Newcastle just aren't being very serious. They're selling everybody, their best players. I think Bruno Guimaraes could be leaving soon. They're not really doing enough. They're not rewarding him for what he's done for them, I think, in my opinion. No. But players could also feel the same way, right? They're looking at, Rooney almost left because he didn't feel United was being too serious and ambitious. Instability is an ideal time to swoop in, I think.
Absolutely.
Maybe reach out to Hall's agent, try to get him to submit a transfer request. This could be bad, though, because maybe Newcastle, new coach, might not want to contribute to further disruptions and lose too many more players. They're already losing a lot. So they could make it very difficult as well. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on all of that and what's going on at Newcastle? And how is this the ideal time to swoop in for Lewis Hall? Is this possible? How much could we get him for? Ian, take it away. Chat, take it away.
I think start with absolutely the right time. Instability, time to go. I said to you before, I think this owner has had enough. He's not prepared to cheat like Chelsea and City. He can't see it. No matter whichever way they try it, it's never going to be enough. So I feel like they're recouping as much money as possible and going to do it on a budget. Moving on, price, I think we have to kind of do what everybody who's bought a Newcastle player so far this window has done and just go in hard. Because you've got to give Newcastle absolutely no chance to mess around. Just go in and knock them straight out with a bid. I would have thought, 55, 60. I'm seeing people say 70. I was looking up
70 is
no,
ridiculous.
I was looking up sort of the most expensive like fullbacks, and yeah, that's well above Hakimi bracket. So
You
let's be sensible.
Premier League stuff. I don't think anybody in the Premier League. I mean, Wan-Bissaka was probably the most expensive one. Maybe you can argue with inflation.
Cucurella now. Yeah, well, this is it. Cucurella's just gone, and people will say, well, he's like age of Cucurella, and he's just gone for 63 million.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you couldn't argue with that. You couldn't argue with 65 million, I don't think. And I also think you're future-proofing your left back for a decade.
Yeah, I mean,
amortization on that is
get a testimonial, right? I mean, he could be here that long.
Exactly.
Honestly,
people said we paid a lot of money for Luke Shaw back in the day.
We did. It was very expensive, and again, if you adjust that for inflation, he's probably up there with one of the most expensive. Now, Reluctant Nico on Twitter, Alan Nixon, added a little bit of a new layer to this morning, claiming that Newcastle are now actually looking at Anthony Robinson from Fulham as well, who Fulham have also had a little bit of a shake-up this summer with Marco Silva. I think Marco Silva is at Benfica now. Is that, remember where he went to?
Yeah, he took over from Jose, yeah.
Yeah. So, again, you got to look at what's going on around Eddie Howe leaving, the reasons for him leaving. Understandable, I think anybody's justified in that. Players maybe feel the same. Look at all the players that are leaving Newcastle and continue. Look at the players they signed who already don't want to be there anymore, like Woltemata and stuff. I mean, and you got
Woltemata, they've already announced, didn't they? That he's able to. You can loan him, but they're looking for a loan, not a permanent move.
Yeah,
it's
Anthony
scary.
Gordon wasn't even there super long, and he dipped out.
Bruno's agreed terms with Arsenal this morning.
Yeah.
Fabrizio was all over that. So
Trippier, gone, Tonali gone. Yeah. Like everyone's leaving. Still, he's gonna any deal for Lewis Hall is going to be a big fee. It's what it is. I don't think it's going to be. It could be close to 70 million with add-ons.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's only on 45k a week too.
That's lovely. But Ineos brackets are so ticked here, Sean, aren't they? They're like every single one. Young, English, homegrown, wages low. Tick,
he does tick a lot of boxes. I do think that I think he's up there. I think a lot of people were talking about this claim. I think it was Laurie Whitwell about Harry Amass the other day. What we could definitely use Amass in a deal for Lewis Hall. Maybe throw him in there. Maybe knock 5 million or so off the price. That could also help as well. Who knows? You could also even throw Luke Shaw in there and just bring in Amass and Hall be the options on the left-hand side. Plenty of minutes.
I wouldn't swap Shaw. I'd take that's too big a thing to sort of try and do at the end. He's only got a year left as well. I don't think he'd want to go. But
here's a question for everyone as we're going to continue talking about this for a while because we like Lewis Hall. What if center mid isn't the marquee position that we're looking at? What if Lewis Hall is the marquee position that we're looking at?
I'm good. I'm good with that. Who said it had to be a marquee position in the midfield? All we needed was a functioning. Because everyone assumed that was the main focus of our rebuild, so we were going to spend our bulk of our money. But we don't have to spend. Like we said it so many times on this channel, is money isn't a distinguishing factor in quality, ability, or defining whether you'll do well or not. It absolutely is not. Money is simply the value of a player is simply what someone is prepared to pay.
Yeah.
That's it. It's an egg or another egg. So
I don't think Jack Grealish was worth 100 million.
No. There's so many players. Mbappe, as good as he is, he had 150 million, 180 million for Michael Elise, they're talking. Please, come on.
Nicola Pepe, when he went to Arsenal, was a very, very expensive signing.
That was a very expensive one. Anthony, Pogba.
Anthony,
the list goes on and on and on.
League is not a guarantee of of
No,
anything, honestly. So these people who
absolutely
are out here
not.
like, look at what City are doing, look at what Chelsea are doing, look at what Spurs are doing. I'm like, they're overspending, like they're overcommitting, they're banking
Mm,
on a lot. Like I said, if Anthony, if Elliot Anderson stays at City for the duration of his contract, they'll have spent like 200 million on him with wages.
it's big.
Like
It is big.
it's not cheap.
No.
And we've learned
But
we can't complain about all the money we've wasted on players. We can't complain about not being able to do it, but then also demand that we go and drop 100 million and pay like
exactly.
100 million was a release clause, I think, for Grealish, which
Yeah.
absolutely insane. I do
But
agree
no,
that some
I'd
players
be.
you have to spend on, like you have to, and you have to
Of
sometimes do.
course you do.
I don't know if we're in a place where we can go drop 117 million on Elliot Anderson, but
No, I don't think we were. And if we'd have said that was the only player we were buying, everyone would have gone mental because just wouldn't have worked. No matter how good one player is, it just wouldn't enough.
and I don't. And
When
I've
you're
said
talking
it many
about him,
times.
but
Go ahead.
sorry, go on. No, we were saying when you're talking about Lewis Hall and possibly being a marquee or the most expensive of our signings, right? So he'll be deemed the marquee signing. Well, let's face it, he comes straight in and is good enough, whether we will or not, but is good enough to take Luke Shaw's position guaranteed. We've already said with our midfield, none of them should have a guaranteed spot. Bruno, and then we pick the other two. It's
Yeah.
simple as that. It's a rotation, it's an option, but he comes straight in and goes, "It's mine." A bit like a Tchouameni was if he comes in. It's right. Who's playing with me today? And I think this, like I said, future proofing and
Yeah.
Premier League future proofing as well. This isn't just a little bit of an overspend to get the player we want. If you move past Lewis Hall, the fullback level is low, especially with that tick all his boxes, right? And you were talking about it in the other show, and I was listening along and say like about how people like Watkins, or if we got Baleba instead of Tchouameni. Me and you were talking before this. Now think about 5 Premier League signings to add to our squad, and the quality in depth we all of a sudden would have with just 3 more players. And I think if it's almost a no-brainer, it'd be beyond criminal if Man United don't move for him now. Because who else is it going to be in a year's time when Luke Shaw
Oh, I can't. I don't think we can. I think we have to definitely
can't
overlap
wait?
some of these
Yeah.
positions. Even if you start looking at guys like Bruno, we have to have I guess you call them the replacements. They need to be in the
Yes.
squad already. Like there
Yeah.
needs to be
Also,
overlap.
my brother made a really good point as well. The big clubs in our league, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, other sort of, even if you want to class Tottenham in it, aren't looking for a left back. So it is absolutely prime time to go and get him right now.
Yeah.
Like
Chelsea, because Chelsea sold Cucurella. Who is what position is the Italian player that they brought? Is he
left
left back?
back.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got
yeah,
him.
yeah.
So they don't need. They spent a lot on him too. They're not gonna.
Yes, and
You know,
Quenda, don't forget they got as well.
Quinta's yeah, he's on the right hand side. I don't know
Morgan
what
right hand
Chelsea are
side.
doing.
Uh,
What Arsenal? What Arsenal? Do Arsenal have a left back? No, they play center backs at
yeah,
fullback.
well they play Calafiori, and they got Skelly as well still, weren't they?
Oh yeah, he's. I mean, he's more. He's definitely a midfielder, Lewis Skelly. I don't know why they shoehorn him in at left back. But
Nah.
yes, Lewis Skelly's very good too. I think Lewis Hall is very, very good. I think in terms of if you're looking in the Premier League, he's probably the best on that left hand side.
Yeah,
Personally, I
would
would
agree.
prefer. I don't know who else I would prefer. I mean, if you got him with 70 million plus add-ons, he'd be He'd be our most expensive signing since what Anthony. Really,
Yeah.
when you deep it, like Anthony Sancho before that. We just don't spend a whole lot. We spend around that 60-65 million mark these days. It's
I
kind of where
think
we're at.
that's sort of where we wanted that price last year. I think we're going to have to, with inflation, I'm happy for that to be 10 million more. I'm
Yeah.
happy for 75 to be the new 65.
And again,
Do you know what I mean?
transfer fee doesn't mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things because you're not
No,
paying that all up front. So again, the
he's
media likes to
21 as well.
Yeah, the media will talk about it. Everyone will say, "Oh, we spent this much." We haven't. Like we spent the
Yeah.
first installments on these players. So
I think you said it at the beginning, Sean. If you worked out how much Luke Shaw's transfer cost us over the amount of time we've had him, it would be pennies on the pound. Because this kid could be ours for 10 years.
We spent, 30-something million on Shaw, and what was it? I can't remember now. And he's been here 10 years. Now, technically, he's only played 5, so let's...
Yeah, but still, that's still 10 million a season. Yeah. If Luke Shaw was... The player we signed from Southampton was rated as one of England's best young left-backs, and probably, I think he just won he was in the Young Player of the Year Premier League when we signed him. Nowadays, he would be 60, 70 million. Easy. They'd be singing his praises.
One of my What If episodes, I think the third season of What If was what if Luke Shaw hadn't broken his leg against PSV Eindhoven.
Oh.
So if you guys ever want to go down fantasy lane here, go check out some of the What If episodes. It's hard. I mean, obviously,
Danny put there.
Danny's just talking about what he'd like to see. Baleba 60, Hall 60, Santos 50, Tielemans. He's got about 205 million. He'd leave about 40 for Tripoli or Watkins. So Danny's playing a little director of football action here.
I think he's spot on. I think Watkins, I reckon it will cost us 40, and that's a steal. Don't care, no brainer. I'd say probably we'll pay. Like you said, if we gave them 60 and it went up to 70 with add-ons,
yeah, get it done.
Where do I pick him up from?
I mean, honestly, you throw in Amass in there as well at this point, because like we said, you're buying a 21-year-old left back. I don't know what future is there for Amass.
Would you like a Marcus Rashford? Can we interest you in a Rashford?
Seriously.
He's free.
I don't know. That club. I mean, I wouldn't honestly. They're like. It seems a bit like the Rats jumping ship at Newcastle these days.
Oh, very.
I worry about that.
I said to you, didn't I, before the start? I've got a feeling this is a bit of a cash grab from the owner. I think he's had enough. I think he has had enough.
He came in as part owner, and then Amanda Stavely left, didn't she?
Yeah, and so he had to buy her out. So now he's left carrying the can. And like I was saying to Sean, guys, please correct me. You guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, right? He is a king of a country. I was just Sean, how many times in the last decade or two do you think he hears the word no? I reckon it's less than a handful, right? But on a daily basis, very rare he hears that word. He's got so much. He's got more money than everyone in the Premier League put together, and he can't spend it. Now, I'm generalising here, but people from his way of life can spend, and they're not. The world is open to them because of how rich they are. This is closed. He doesn't understand this. This concept doesn't run. I think he's grabbing his money and getting out. Also, can the chat back us up, Sean? I've just had looks like I've had an Ornstein confirmation about Arsenal breaking and Bruno Guimaraes. So that could be.
I mean, it's Arsenal, so there's very little. I have very little interest on what Arsenal do.
And no, but it just adds to the fire sale at Newcastle story sort of way, doesn't it?
This is just Arsenal's only like second. That would be Arsenal's second signing of the summer, though, and that's the thing. Like, people are freaking out about United. I'm like, Arsenal just won the league, and they've only signed like one first team player, and they've like Liverpool have signed one like first team player, but he's like relatively unproven.
I was very surprised they haven't jumped on a centre back. It was the Saliba's injury. Sorry, we'll get off Arsenal. I don't want to talk about them.
Nah, they might. You never know. But again, Arsenal can do what Arsenal want to do. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm more concerned about where our goals are going to come from now with supposedly the Premier League cracking down on set piece goal. But we'll see what happens there. Rob does not like Watkins. He says doesn't want to give 5. Now again, 5-year contract that's more of a financial thing. You know, it's helping spread things out when clubs get the contracts. You could sign Watkins on a 5-year contract, and he could be here 2 years and go to the Saudi League, and you've probably spent maybe half of the total agreed fee on him. At that point, you might even sell him for make him profit.
He's 29, isn't he?
I think he's 30, 31 or something, Watkins, I want to say.
I thought we looked at this before. I think he's younger than people think. You think he's been around for forever.
Well, let's see. Ollie Watkins is 30. He will be 31 on New Year's Eve.
I'm happy giving him a 4-year deal. I don't think he'll want 5.
I don't think he'll want 5. The same as it used to be. I mean, you got guys like, and again, in Watkins, we were talking about, Watkins is rarely injured. He doesn't miss a a lot of matches. I think he's missed maybe 6 or 7 in the last 4 years or so combined. So
This is
he's
it.
fit. He's a little different than Shesko. He's older. A lot of you guys voted the other day that you wanted someone experienced who can come in and maybe help Shesko out a little bit. He does tick that box as well. Homegrown, which we talked about the other day with Dylan.
Massively.
We will be towing that line if we sell too many players. Like if Rashford leaves, things like that, we're fine. But if we sell like 3 or 4 players, we
We are
need
close
some
to it.
homegrown players. So
I think with Watkins as well, like you're saying there, he can come in and carry the load, game on, game in, game on, game in. But he also, if necessary, could do 10 games, 15 games in a row,
if you
and
need them
still
to,
give us
yeah.
the same output.
My
I just
worry with
think
Watkins is how many players Aston Villa have signed in the last couple seasons that basically played his position.
and still don't out him though, and he's still always their top goal scorer. That's
He's
all I
got
say. Like he turns around and just puts it in your face every single time.
he
Rob
contributes
and
in
Danny
Europe too.
know
He's got a lot of
I've been
European.
wanting him. Yeah, I've been wanting him. I wanted him instead of Sesko. Nothing
Yeah.
against Sesko now. I'm very happy we've got Sesko. But when we were signing a striker, I was screaming this name a year ago, and I still won't stop it. It just makes too much sense for me. Like far too much sense. All the things we want. We don't want a young, promising starlight striker for the future. We've got one of those in our youth team, and we've got a young striker in Sesko. We want an old, experienced head, Premier League proven quality, very injury free, very consistent goal scoring numbers. Every season is better than the last, and he can come in and he could do 38 games.
Gets a lot of
And
assists too, which I like.
Yeah.
Nice to have a striker who can also do a little bit more of what modern strikers need to do, and that you need to learn
Yeah.
also how to create and get involved in that.
He's
process
such
as
a
well.
and he's a different option, Sean. Like, well, I always said I don't want 2 Seskos. I don't want a Sesko Mark II on the bench. You're just switching out for the same thing. It's not working with Sesko. Ollie Watkins, those balls in behind that we really like as well. He will thrive on those. Do I have to remind people of watching him score a hat trick at Anfield, of beating Van Dijk 3 times on a sprint from the halfway line? We should sign him for that alone.
And if you guys remember my match reaction when we played Villa, his movements caused us a lot of problems. He was making these runs that in between Aiden Heaven and Luke Shaw that were kind of keeping both of them kind of pinned, and what that did was create a lot of space for Rodgers to basically just run into, which was super, super annoying. Yeah, I go back and forth on the contract length for older players. Danny wants a 3-year deal. 3-year plus an
1.
option for a 4th is not a bad shout. Random idiot says.
I think he'll take that. He's not on mega money at Villa either. We'll probably give him like 130 or something like that. I'm happy to do that. You
Does
pay him a
nobody
little
want
bit
the-
more money because you're going to
Yeah.
tell him sometimes he's going to be sitting on the bench.
What's he on right now, Ollie Watkins? I didn't look this up.
Also, guys, don't you want a striker to come in and go to set and not to go, hi, Sesko, I'm going to play if you're not. Watkins is going to walk in that dressing room and go, I'm playing. And that's what we want, because Sesko's going to go, it's competition. You don't want someone he can push over.
Yeah.
You want someone to fight with him. We had Solskjaer, Cole, York and Sheringham.
I just want a goal scorer who's fit more often than not. That's
Well,
all I
then
care
he
about.
ticks that box as well. I bet you he's more consistent than most of the top strikers in this league. I wouldn't mind betting.
He's definitely scores goals. Again, it's just odd that Villa seem to sign so many attackers that kind of play the same role. Like they brought Rashford in. They brought, who else did they bring in? Is it Malin?
Sancho.
They brought in?
They bought Malin. They bought
John Duran. They brought in. They're all kind of-
Bailey.
yeah,
didn't they? They had-
those guys are wingers. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. Yeah, Joao. I don't think Sancho's found a club yet. But does anybody want Endrick as a striker? I've read that Endrick could be leaving Madrid.
Well, I like him as a second option because he's different.
Yeah.
I'd take him. I wouldn't take him over Watkins because it's long term. If he's going to come in, I don't want him on loan. It's a stopgap. But
maybe by 3 years of Watkins, Shesko will be 25 or 26. Cheeto will be 20, 21-ish.
If you look, Danny's sort of making the point there. If you put Watkins in our front line, right? So one day you could go Cunha, Sesko, Mbumu, and then if you don't, that's not working. You go Dorgu, Ahmad, Watkins. or any variety of those three, of those
That's what I
six.
want. That's what I want is depth. Too often we saw
Whole
when someone was
quality in
injured,
depth as
where
well.
because Mbuma doesn't work as a nine for me. We can't have
No.
that. We need someone who's going to take up those positions, who's actually going to put goals away. Like I said, you guys are
Yeah.
talking about experience. You guys are talking about someone who doesn't just want to be second. They want to push each other. I
Want to
just want
push each
someone
other
who's
to beat.
going to score goals. That's all I care about.
And Sean, you just made a great point about how Watkins runs. Look how, when we didn't have Sesko, look how Carrick wanted Mbumu to play. That's
Exactly.
basically what Ollie Watkins does. But
He'll definitely-
Brian, it's not his game. But if I'm going to get annoyed because we won't do this, and I get so into
Don't
it, and
fall
I
into
can
the
see,
trap. Don't fall into
I
the
can
trap.
see the team in my head. I can almost see them scoring goals.
I tell you guys, don't fall into the trap of getting too focused on one player that you really, really like, and then kind of.
I've got a permanent ticket to get out of the trap. I've been in there too many times.
It's becoming a catchphrase, and I posted about this on Twitter earlier. It's becoming a catchphrase among United fans, and I've seen everybody has a different opinion on what player we should sign if we want to be serious, if we want to be ambitious.
Yes.
So basically, we want a 1,000-man squad, because if you took the player that everybody listed, we all like our players. I'm not trying to come down on anybody in particular. I get the same way. I just move on when it's not going to happen. Like, it's just is what it is.
I just get invested when I can see.
I know.
It's not so much that I like how much I wanted Manzambi, but I'm not that bothered. I wanted him, but I'm not that bothered.
I am.
'Cause I can
I am
see the
bothered
potential.
about Sangare. That one gets to me.
Oh, that one, I didn't even want to say his name.
He
It
shall not
hurt.
be named. That one bugs me too.
It hurt. But this will hurt because we know what we're getting. This is why I'm so adamant about things like Hall, Watkins, Belabor, right? And people are going to laugh at me when I say I'd rather have that than Tchouameni. I would, right?
Yeah.
Because we're getting Premier League proven quality, all young apart from Watkins. So we've got two youngsters with ability to grow, and Watkins who can come in and do exactly what a job we want. He is literally every box. And if we don't do it, I'm going to be very disappointed, because you can see the potential. Just think about the options for the games.
Oh, you don't have to sell me, man. I'm right there with you.
Nah, I'm
Yeah,
hoping
you're getting
Jason's
amped up,
listening.
though.
Jason, if you're
Something.
listening, call me.
Somebody tag the club on X if you guys are watching. If you are watching on X, please consider jumping over, hitting that like button, subscribing.
Yeah.
If you're new, you guys, we are on the road to 5K.
Absolutely. Be a legend.
Yeah, Danny Sangare was a little bit of a
And they paid 44 million, and that's their club record.
We
And
told
it
you
is
it
going to
wasn't going to
hurt.
be super expensive. I told you guys you could get quality midfielders for less than 50 million. You don't have to. If you look outside of the Premier League, man, how many freaking times have I talked about? I did a whole video on Mamadou Sangare. Like, I should just send it, tag all the Newcastle accounts, and let them. Here you guys go. Or not Brentford, but here you go, guys. This is what you're getting. Have fun. But it is what it is. Does nobody want this attacker, by the way?
No.
Nico Shara says United have reportedly asked for info on Rafael Leao, who is no longer part of AC Milan's plans and wants to leave. I'm not saying I buy this, by the way.
No. Oh, no.
Rafael Leao being out on his way out of AC Milan is not breaking news at all. The United
Like he's been doing that for about 4 years, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a new guy tan, isn't he?
Yeah, this feels like agent talk to me. But I know some of you in chat have rated Leao in the past. Does anybody? I just think he's another Rashford. Honestly, I don't really see anything special about him.
He used
quick.
to be
Yeah,
quick,
that's about it.
and now he's not even that. No, absolutely. Like all the potential, one of those with all the potential,
Yeah.
never showed it, never completed it, never got there. Absolute no. Yeah, they Danny. No, thank you.
not for me.
No.
Yeah, if Brentford has that been officially announced that Brentford signed him? Because
Yeah,
if so,
his pictures are in kit.
Yeah, that could be the signing
Yeah.
this summer right there. Like Senne Lammens was probably the signing of the summer in the league last summer. I think this year.
Oh, it is.
Sangare for sure. If you look at
unless we
quality
get-
of player, for sure. But if you're looking at the actual signing, I still think Tielemans is definitely a shrewd piece of business.
If we get the three players we've just been talking about, we would have the best window. Otherwise, it's Brentford hands down.
Yeah, and honestly, not everyone like. And then Dylan and I went through this a couple days yesterday, the day before. Like we compared to other Premier League clubs, we've actually like if you remove the bullshit like City and Chelsea, right? Like then you've got Spurs who have gone crazy. Like it just is what it is. But we've actually done a decent bit of business compared to everyone. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but we've done. We're just, obviously nothing's happened in the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks, so a lot of people are getting frustrated. And this is where a lot of the toxicity is coming from: is this vacuum of activity, and people are just like all the content, because there's nothing to talk about. All the content has just been basically,
Yeah.
why don't we have anything to talk about? Why aren't we signing it?
Exactly.
So it's just negativity, just all over the fan base right now, and it's just everyone
It's
needs,
horrible.
everyone needs to
I,
chill.
what I can't understand is if you want the people want Tchouameni. So
Let's
if
get
you
this
want
off.
Tchouameni, right, then you have to be in the camp of you're prepared to wait. There's only one camp if you want Tchouameni, and it's waiting.
Yeah,
Right? If you're in the camp of you want it now, you're a kid in the sweet shop, right? And we get Baleba tomorrow. You're going to please those people, right?
yeah,
And some people will go, oh, okay, yeah, it's all right. Next week, Tchouameni announced that Real Madrid are putting him up for sale. Everybody that was happy this week will be going, I hate it. Stupid Ineos. Why did they? Jim said we wouldn't run to stupid decisions. You're like, these are mirror people. Rob knows what I mean by this. They're mirror people. They can stand in a mirror and argue with themselves. That's what these idiots are. So just pay no attention to them. Just
yeah. It's funny. Everyone says just spend the money. Like I guarantee you, we went and dropped 200 million on Lewis Hall, people would be up in arms.
I'd be
Like it's
crying.
just
Yeah.
like they'd be like,
You
why'd you
can't
spend so
please
much?
everyone. It's
Just
impossible.
if that's what it takes, right? That's what everybody said to do. If that's
Yeah.
what it takes, then you just go spend the money. But everyone's like, well, not for Lewis Hall. And I'm like, now exactly. That's what we've been saying, is that United are prepared to spend higher for certain players. Like that's just the way it is. Like if I gave you a random player, like would somebody come and spend, I don't know. Nobody wanted to spend 70, 80 million on Jared Branthwaite. Why? Well, he's not that good. Exactly. That's why we didn't spend that much on some of these players. It's just common sense.
We've
Getting
just
mad
found out
about it.
we found our valuation. We found what we want, and at the end of the day, it's a month tomorrow. 1 month of the transfer window left tomorrow. So if in a month's time we're not sitting here looking at the squad that we've pretty much been putting together for the last 45 minutes, right? Then we can all sit down and we will sit down and we'll rip this window and Ineos to shreds.
Yeah.
But until then, let's show at least us here in this community, it's a safe space. We
Yeah.
are all a little bit, well, not all of us, me included, are not always so level-headed. I tend to have a rant. Sean will know. Some of my posts are this big, some of them are, and it keeps going. But you've got to have balance, and we can't moan until the race is run. No
I
point
will say
crying
that
halfway through a race.
I will say that when it comes time to do our transfer window rating show, I will have already docked off a couple points for how slow we are. But I wait until after the fact to do that. There's no point in. You guys know me. I'm just not the kind of person who's super emotive when it comes to not getting what I want and stuff. Like, just know I share your frustration. I just choose not to express it every time I come on camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what
I
it is.
mean,
I'm not judging anyone for doing it. I'm just like, I'm just as frustrated. I just don't show it that way. That's all.
no, that's true. I mean, I agree with you in a way. You can sort of see things like being slow. They are.
Yeah.
If we turn around now and sign players like, as much as I want them, Hall and Baleba, you can known at Man United for being slow, because we could have signed those players 3 weeks ago. They're not on holiday. They're not at the World Cup. Tillemans was at the World Cup. Ollie Watkins, if we go for him, was at the World Cup. There's certain players you do have to wait for. Tchouameni, if he genuinely is the player we're going for,
Yeah.
we've got to wait. You
would've
can't sign him then.
If you would have signed him 3 weeks ago, he would probably have been more expensive than he'd been after Madrid had signed all these other players. So I get that
Exactly.
aspect. But what if you guys have been following the channel for any number of time? You know, my first and priority demand going into the summer is what?
Be prepared.
Get the business done early.
Yeah, well, we were singing that in our Director of Football show. We all said the same thing. Me, you, Dylan, all of us at chat. We all want the same
Get
thing.
it
We
done
all want
early.
it. I wanted all the players for pre-season, ready, go. There you go. Give Carrick everything he needs.
And that's the thing. You can't.
Life
you can't
isn't
judge a
reality, is
manager
it?
if you only halfway set him up to start the season, and it's not just because these players need preseason. Most managers nowadays aren't going to throw players in right away. Santos will be ahead of Tielemans in terms of starting 11 selection potentially because he's been here weeks ahead of time. We saw this last year. Senne Lammens didn't even start right away, even though he's a keeper, and I don't think keepers need to learn a whole lot of tactics. Honestly, they're keepers. You have one job to do. But he did not start right away. Casemiro came in, did not start right away because we signed him mid-August.
Hold on, was Senna's first game with City, wasn't it?
I can't honestly. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was. It was the City derby because everyone was before it. Because we'd been all that talk about us getting Donnarumma, which was never happening. But I was screaming it. I did want him, but we got lemons, and we kept a clean sheet, and they didn't.
Yeah. And that's another thing. People are like, you know, we need to spend the money. Like we did not spend a ton of money on Senne Lammens. We did not spend a ton of money on Patrick Dorgu. And look what we got. There are bargains to be had. There's some really good quality out there. We went big on attack. I think we'll be fine. I'm not happy with the way things have gone so far, but I can't really do anything until the end of the window. So,
it was 11 or 12 million pounds that Inter paid PSV for Ronaldo. So if you tell me that's price is a mark of quality, then I'd show you the best number 9 to walk the face of this earth. Cost 12 million quid.
Yeah, we do need depth, though. I do think that we cannot get away with 2 midfield signings. We definitely need depth because we're in Champions League again. We were not in Champions League last year. I imagine we'll probably go deeper in the FA and the Carabao Cups than we did last season, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But we need depth, and I think the youngsters can fill in depth in the domestic cups. Maybe if there's a dead rubber in Europe, that's where you can start rotating. But then you've also got cases of guys like Maguire, Bruno, Shaw. They're going to need to start being maybe minutes managed a little more than they have been, especially Bruno. We don't have even an adequate deputy for Bruno. Maybe Tielemans, maybe Mount if you're looking for different types of things. But
more Cunha now, isn't it, as well?
Cunha
especially with the options, so that allows Dorgu, or like it said, it allows Thompson to come in.
You might have to change formations if Bruno gets an injury.
Yeah. I mean, I've been pre-prepping in my show book for the end of the window and the squad, where we sit down and see what we've got. Literally, this is what we have. I tell you, it looks thin, but only a couple of the right players, and all of a sudden, that what looks thin don't look so thin anymore.
We have bodies, we just don't have quality in the depth, unfortunately. So
what we were just talking about, the free strikers, what do we flip them around? Yeah. We're missing one, aren't we?
Could still be stuck with Rashford too, which again, I say that not because I want Rashford to stay. I work with the way things are, not always the way I want them to be, because I feel like there's no point in playing the wishing game all the time.
Yeah.
If we're stuck with Rashford, we're stuck with Rashford. I doubt we'll sign another attacker if that's the case. We can't have it. It just is what it is. Like,
I think it's Xerxes. It's for the striker. Ty and Thompson is the in case of Rashford problem.
I think Tienan is a little closer to the first team. I think he's in that Lacey, maybe even that heaven bracket where you might see him. He's probably going to need time with the under-21s, I think, to start, but I think he could definitely... There were Spurs fans who were wondering why he wasn't getting some minutes. But
so there was a good video. Henry Wright, he's quite a level-headed Spurs fan, and he weren't happy at all about it.
Yeah.
But there's if you look at when we were talking about the other week, priority between left back and left wing, and we were all saying we don't need a left wing because we've got Dorgu, there's now Thompson, Ahmad can play there, all of our strike people that can do that. With Hall coming in, right, all of a sudden, that no need to push Dorgu back there, so there's no need to buy a replacement for Rashford, right? So if we're stuck with him, we're stuck with him, but there's no need to buy a replacement. Then Ollie Watkins is Xerxes' replacement, and Xerxes going. That's just too loud. Too loud now.
His
so much smoke.
His goal against Rosenborg was silky, but it's just that we know he's got that in his locker, the footwork, the techers, but it's just not enough. Yeah. He's only scored maybe 7 goals in all comps total since he's been at United. He's not that's not good enough. It's just not. I'm sorry.
And like you said, we're a season away from monetizing his transfer value anyway. I think we'll do a similar deal with Juve or someone like we did with Rasmus. Here he is. If it's a very easy, achievable alone. No option. Like Rasmus wasn't an option. was it? If they made the Champions League, it was done. They couldn't
it was an
back out.
obligation if
Yeah.
certain conditions are met is the other thing. Like
Well, that's what I mean.
why
If he
like Harvey
played,
Elliott didn't end up staying at Villa because they didn't play him. Like his was appearances based, so you can get around it. I mean, and what do obligations really mean? Sancho was an obligation to go to Chelsea, and they just decided to pay $5 million not to take it up on it. So we made $5 million on that. So there you go.
I think he's Xerxes out the door. We'll get another striker, and then we'll get a left back, and we'll get another midfielder. I'm betting 3 players minimum.
I would argue
more.
we need a centre back as well, but we will see what happens.
I would say yes with you, Sean. Right, but are you're watching like the Insider United training? Then De Ligt looking like he'll be back soon. Martinez, Yoro, Heaven, Maguire, and what was it? And Shaw. Right, 'cause technically, then if we buy Hall, that's 5.
Yeah,
5.
I'm done with Leach and De Ligt though, so that's
yeah, but we're going to start the season. I think, like we're saying, if someone tomorrow came in and offered us money for De Ligt or Leacher, then you get a centre back. But I don't see them going. I don't see them stretching the budget to a centre back now. When if and there's no saying they won't. There's no saying De Ligt won't play a whole season, right?
No, there's not. But again, it's kind of like banking on Shaw to start every game. Like there's no ROI on that. Like it's too. There's not. Yeah, the pros and cons.
I think if we only had 2, I think they'd buy one. But if we've got 5,
I'm not saying they'd buy one. I'm saying I would.
I'm with you.
I would for sure. I can't, like, again, this is a train you got to jump on or you're going to get left behind. And unfortunately, it just is what it is.
Yep.
Rob says Rashford could be back fresh and a point to prove to the fans. Yeah, the point to prove is I'm not as big of an asshole as you guys think I am, because that's where we're all kind of at right now. Bridge is burnt for Rashford. We talked about this the other day. As far as I'm concerned, bridge is burnt. It is what it is. Sorry. You get to choose the behavior. You do not get to choose the consequence in life, and the consequence is bye.
Like I said, I don't want to be Man United and no one's doormat. Don't treat us like one, and you are. No one's bigger than the club. That was always the thing growing up. My granddad used to thump into me, and I never really got it as a kid. I didn't understand it. Nobody is bigger than us. Fergie proved it many times by wielding the sword.
And you could tell
no one could see the Yap Stan one coming.
Rashford had no intention of returning. You could tell with everything.
Adios. I'm moving onwards and upwards. Yeah. No, you're not. You moved down the coast to Spain, and now you ain't got a club, technically.
He could. I mean, if Luis Diaz leaves Bayern, that could be an option. We spoke about it with Dylan. There's not many options out there. If PSG sell Barcola, he could go there and rotate with Kvaratskhelia. Bayern,
they're getting Akalush,
Bayern. The other options is Saudi League or maybe like MLS.
I think if he wants the money, Saudi's the only place he's getting it. PSG ain't paying him that.
He'll get money in MLS if depending on which club, because they have the designated player rule, so you can actually make a ton of money in the MLS if you go there as a designated.
He'd only want to be at Miami or something, wouldn't he? You got to think where he wants
to
hang out. I could
see him at LA. LA, I think would suit the way his lifestyle and what he's clearly looking for, and I mean, he'd probably boss it in the MLS, and then even at the end of it, he could still go to the Saudi League when he's 32, 33, and be just fine. If he wants the bag, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, I'm against Rashford coming back. I think that you have to be accountable in life. There have to be consequences to your actions, and this is what it is. You don't get to just take a mulligan and say, sorry, they didn't actually want me. Can I come back? No, sorry.
No, exactly. Take all the Rashford and wanting him back and his money and everything and what we get or what we don't get.
Yeah.
What does this say to the other players?
Exactly.
What does this say to the young players we're trying to teach? What does it say? You can treat us like crap, and if you get paid enough, you can come back and we'll kiss your ass. No. I'm sorry. Everyone asks me this question. Answer me this, and truthfully. Don't care if you're a Rashford lover or not. You won't get any hate. If Fergie was still in charge, do you think he would have got away with that?
Oh, Ferguson would have booted him probably earlier than Amarim did.
We wouldn't even have the bomb squad. There wouldn't even be any of that, because the second they showed that level of disrespect, that's Ned Stark, FC.
How does it look for Ineos when they backed Amarim in getting rid of Rashford to just welcome him back? It just does. that's up there with the Ashworth and the
Yeah.
Ten Hag decisions and
This
the
is a
Emmerich
joke. Yeah.
decisions. Like it's just a joke. You
Shocking.
have to stick with your decisions sometimes in life,
Yeah.
and that's just
We,
part
we,
of making decisions.
I'll have more respect for them if they do. I will have more respect for them if they stand by it. They're supposed to be standing on this sword, Sean. They want us to stand by them with this pricing and the belief of Man United. Well, then you show us some of that backbone, Jim. You tell Marcus to see the door. Because I
Yeah.
don't care
Well,
about
they
his
already
money. I
did.
don't care about his wages. Like I
Yeah.
said it the other week, 20 million we're asking for. It'll cost us 30 million to keep him.
They
The
already
maths
did
don't add
show him
up
the
to
door
me.
once, and that's the thing. You can't like hold it open for him and wait for him to come back now.
No.
Like you can't just. It's not like a Rumspringa for United
Yeah.
players when they want to go
Sorry,
do
we've
stuff.
changed the locks.
Sorry, like yeah, sorry.
New
It is what
ownership,
it is.
Marcus.
But again, the problem with Rashford is always just the wages, and nobody wants to pay the wages, and he apparently doesn't want to take a pay cut. And on an extent, I don't blame him. If I'm getting paid 300 grand a week to just not do anything, I mean, I don't think anybody in the world is going to say no to that. But at the same
Oh,
time,
no,
can you look
I'm
yourself
not.
in the mirror as a footballer and be happy with yourself at that point?
If it was all about the money, if he'd showed no level of disrespect and United had kicked him out, right, and he hadn't run his mouth and he hadn't kept going on and on and on about his dream of
Yeah.
Barcelona, I would be fine.
I don't
Because it was
mind
the
any of
club who
that.
treated him that way. And his money is irrelevant. I
I
don't
don't
care how
mind
much
if you
he
want to go
earns.
play for Barcelona. You just
No,
don't say it in an unsanctioned interview. Like
yeah,
you
no.
just don't. You could say it to
You
the
just
manager.
don't
You could
know.
say it to Ineos behind closed doors. You don't say it in an interview at that point.
Have the fronts
And,
come out and tell us to our faces. We'd have more
well, I
respect
don't
for him.
mean
I'll tell you that now.
we wouldn't need it because if he wants to go to Barcelona, we'll know it. I mean, it was no secret that Ronaldo wanted to go to Real Madrid. He just didn't come out and say he wanted to
Mm.
go to Real Madrid. Florentino Perez came out and said it. That's why we waited another year because Ferguson was like, we can't sell you now after what he just did.
Yeah.
Used to be
I
some
still wouldn't
integrity
rule
into
out
him.
a loan. Oh yeah, that's gone.
He's got 2 years left in his contract, Rashford. I mean, we'll see what happens. Danny says Carrick will lose some of the fan base if he butters up and keeps Rashford. Well, unfortunately, Rashford might be thrust upon him if we can't sell anybody. I mean, Carrick
Yeah,
cannot play him. That's about all he can do. But I don't think Ineos are going to like the idea of having 300 grand a week sitting on the bench. I don't care either. I mean, I think it sends a stronger message just to have him and not play him sometimes than just trying to get rid of
absolutely.
him. But
Because I'll tell you what, if he plays like maybe let's say between the start of the season and January, he plays 4 substitute appearances. That's it, right? He's going to be screaming for a move, screaming, crying for a
good.
move.
That's his
So yeah,
agent's
well, that's what we
job, by the way.
want.
His agent's job is
Yeah.
to find him a club. It's not
What would
United's
we?
job to find him a club.
Yeah.
That's not our
What would
job.
Ineos want? Would they rather Marcus Rashford, who's going, or would they rather make Cunha unhappy, which
Okay.
may make the rest of the squad unhappy?
If
We've got
Rashford
harmony. I
stays,
don't want him.
if Rashford
The
stays
virus.
and they take the 10 off Cunha, I'm gonna riot.
Oh no, I'm finished. I won't. I
I'm gonna
won't
riot.
watch.
I'm
I
gonna
won't
riot.
watch. I'm that close to saying I won't watch if they get Rashford back anyway. But
Yeah, it's embarrassing. And you can't just stick him in the academy because that's illegal now.
yeah,
You have
no,
to.
can't.
Speaking of the academy, let's shift gears here because we could go on all day complaining about Sir Dr. Marcus of Rashford. Tyler Frederickson has left United. Kind
Yep.
of. He's joined Lausanne Sport, which is again multi-club ownership. Now, reportedly, we've included a very good sell-on clause and a buyback clause for Tyler Frederickson. Could Ineos finally be utilizing the shadier side of multi-club ownership with this Tyler Frederickson situation? Could we finally actually be
Hopefully,
being smart about that?
hopefully, hopefully we are. We should be. I mean, we tried to get these sell on and these clauses, but there
Yeah,
are ways to use it
yeah.
to our
Use them.
advantage, and
Develop
we
your
are
youngsters at your clubs. Like use
exactly.
Nice, we use Lausanne. Now the point,
Mm.
Sekou Kone didn't get any minutes. He's back there now, but
But like you
like
said, it could be 4 or 5 of our youngsters. All send them off there at once. I'm so happy to see 4 of our young players that could possibly be first team players go and play together.
yeah.
Do you know how good
In
that is?
in the French league, that we've talked about it many times. As far as the physicality and stuff concerned, especially in the midfield area, the French league
Oh,
is
it's a
about the
fight.
closest you're going to get to Premier League.
Yeah,
Throw
it's a
Swayze
fight.
in there. Throw some of the Fletchers in there. Let them go see what they can do. If they can hack it in the French league, out of the
I think
spotlight,
you'll see it.
I think that that'll tell you everything you need to know. Maybe send Devaney over there for a season.
I think he's definitely one that's in the spotlight for going Devaney as well. I think there was another
Nice with every single youngster we have who's on the cusp, and then
I'm sure we can put an 11 out in Lausanne.
But Rob says, can we start moving on exploit? If they're not good enough, they're not good enough. I mean, if they're at an age where they should be starting, but they're just, or at least getting minutes, I guess I should say. Because Fletcher's have gotten minutes. I haven't been super convinced. Out of all the academy players this preseason so far, the Fletchers are probably the ones I haven't been super convinced about.
I think it's a bit difficult for Tyler to get in the game sometimes a bit further forward.
Yeah, but I don't like that Carrick's been playing some of them way out of position. Like Devaney at center back is annoying. Fletcher, he put Collier as a 10, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this makes no sense.
I think that where we see a lot of the players coming in and the youth recruitment, I think from what the talk of Inside United is, and my uncle was thinking this as well, he was saying that if you look at the way, I think most of, if not all, of the under-21s are available for loan. Literally the entire squad, because they've got the 18s to bring up, and this is the next level. There's no point playing another season of 21s. It's just throwing a season away. It's just no point.
The under-21s played Altrincham tonight, and I'm friendly, by the way. I didn't catch the score, but there's a reason that a lot of the... So here's the traveling squad for the game tomorrow for the first team. This is who made the cut. So, so Senna is back in training. He did not go. Now, Senna was given till Monday. He decided to come back early so he can start preparing. So, if you ever want to feel lazy as a footballer, there's an example for it. Feel lazy, but the midfield looks a little thin. Tielemans did train. He did not travel. Devaney, Cheeto, Wheatley, Gore, Collier, Diego Leon did not travel. They all were part of the under-21 squad tonight. Christian Orozco was involved as well. He was in the matchday squad tonight to play with the under-21. Nice. So he's been thrown right into the under-21s, Orozco.
Good.
I did not see the end of that because obviously I was prepping this and I have clients. So if anyone knows what that ended up going, let us know. I do know an alternate play that got stretchered off, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is the squad for the Atletico match tomorrow in Stockholm. Basically the same, just minus a lot of midfielders. So I expect Thwaites to probably get some minutes with the midfield looking that thin finally, because we've been waiting for Jimmy Thwaites to come in, and then maybe JJ Gabriel could be.
I think he will. I think he'll get some minutes. I think he will. Well, there's a couple of youngsters. I'm sure there's a couple of them Spanish youngsters that play for Atletico. They'll blatantly be playing because half their team's Argentinian, so they're not going to be back.
Yeah, we're getting into that tail end of we're kind of rounding the corner in preseason now. We're we're going to get the PSGs, and it's funny that we're ending with AC Milan. I think that the powers that be knew exactly what they were doing with that one.
He better win. He better win. I'm telling you, boys. We all know it doesn't matter, but if we wake up the next day and we haven't beaten them, all you're going to hear is Amarin ball is bound and Carrick ball.
Yeah, I know. You got to stay off.
Chew on your balls
when we lose matches, guys, because that's just the way. Especially in preseason, for some reason, people are using preseason as a gauge. I've seen mega huge United channels going on rants already about a couple seconds of training footage from the first team so far. I'm like, this is what people do when there's no transfer activity, when there's summer transfer window. This is the kind of content they put out. It's absolutely ridiculous. Going in on a couple seconds of training footage. Do you think United puts all of its main training stuff up there on camera for everyone to see?
What could you be moaning about? We didn't put quite enough in that 3-step sprint. It's
embarrassing, man. Again, I'm not trying to say that I'm better, and it's not at all what I say. It's just not my personality. So again, if there's a reason I don't go in on it, just because I don't doesn't mean I'm not frustrated by the same stuff as you guys are. I just don't choose to express it that way. That's all. So, because I'm 40, I'm not 4. So there's that.
I feel some fans feel like training should be a blood and thunder 11 versus 11, and if it's not, they're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times a 100-meter sprinter?
everybody blamed Ten Hag's training for players getting injured. So I just
Yeah.
don't get. People are going to find something to complain about. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some people will just wake up determined to be miserable, and they want everyone to join them because misery loves
Yeah.
company.
Well, of
Sorry, guys.
course.
Today was my day of seeing clients, so I'm a little bit in therapy mode. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Sean's going to coach us through. I mean, you get like the main thing, the one and main solely thing I want out of pre-season, apart from being injury free, is fitness. It's all about fitness. The fitness level's got to be right up here through the roof. I'd like to see some good play, and I'd like to see some connectivity between the new signings. But the number one thing for pre-season is fitness.
And
Got to
and people
start with
think
it.
fitness is the first preseason training. You have to just go hard, like 100%. Like that's not the
Build
way it
up.
works. You got to build up to it. That's the reason we're rusty. We're moving half speed against Wrexham. Wrexham had already played a couple friendlies. Rosenborg are already in their season. And we're looked more fit and more sharp against Rosenborg. Again, it's Rosenborg, so the levels are there, but.
I see.
So against Atletico, against PSG, against AC Milan, you're already starting to see Carrick give 60, 65 minutes to the first teamers now, where it was 45 the first match. So he's already stepped that up a little bit.
It's all about building up to your level. I remember when my boy a couple of years ago, he wanted to take on boxing, not professionally or anything, just get for fitness. And he couldn't run. He can stand and do the bag for hours, but his running was terrible. His coach said, first couple of times he's like, got him running, and he come back, he's like, 3 miles, it's killed me. He does 5 miles every morning now without blinking. He barely comes back sweating.
It's all about breathing.
Yeah, it's all about. But he said he's built it up. He
Yeah, you
wasn't
gotta-
forced to just leg 5 miles until
Gotta
you
learn
do
how to
it.
breathe. That's important.
Yeah. It's all about your stride, he says to me as well, apparently. It's all about your stride.
So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any sort of watch-alongs tomorrow. I think it's a 9 a.m. kickoff for me, so I'll
That's
probably
early, that.
watch it, but I'm probably not going to be doing a watch-along. So,
That means mid-afternoon for us over here.
yeah. Odds and ends. You guys make sure to like, make sure you subscribe. The FA came to a decision on Chelsea's this week on that case that I told you about months ago. That's been going on for a while. That Chelsea fans just didn't want to ever talk about. I told you outside of the stuff they already got done for, Chelsea had a 74 breach case pending, and apparently that's already come down. So Fabrizio put this out earlier today that Chelsea have now finally been handed down a punishment. Now, not complete. So they've been fined £10 million. They've got a suspended 2-window registration ban, and they've still got a potential for the points deduction, but that has been appealed, and so that has been suspended. So this has been going. So a sanction of 10 million, a suspended 2-window registration ban. So the suspended ban means that ban won't kick in for another year.
Right. That was my question, because I was like, well, okay, I bet you that is delayed. I bet you that's
it's
delayed.
Yeah, that's what that suspended
Tramps.
means. So this has to do with breaking 74 breaches of FA laws in terms of misconduct on the purchase of the club. Now, a lot of this has to do to between 2009 and 2022. That's primarily events that occurred between like 2010 and 2016. That's still when Abramovich was in charge. So it has nothing to do with Bowley and Blueco and any of these guys. It has a lot to do with, but it has everything to do with Chelsea as a club. Now, they've also already been fined an initial 8 million, and now this 10 million is on top of those. So technically, it's like 9 million or 19 million total, but still, that's nothing, honestly.
That's
The 2-window registration ban will hurt them, but again, it's been suspended till a year, so it's not really going to do anything.
That's
now.
why they're going to blow their balls this window.
Yeah. And then there's still that 6-point possibility of a deduction. Chelsea appealed that will be ruled on again, so that could happen. If it does happen, it probably won't happen for at least another year. And again, so that's not even set in stone. And like you said, Ian, I'm a little annoyed that this came out after they've done major business. that they've tried to set themselves up.
Well, it just gives them a heads up. It's like if the police were coming to arrest you, they don't tell you they're coming.
Yeah,
right? It's a
annoying.
shocker, that, right? Because all that does, yes, you can have I like the registration ban, because it means you can't sign a player and let him come in a year's time. Oh, we signed him a year ago. No.
Yeah, it's
Registration. But it now gives them a season, a full season, and this window to sign anybody they possibly can for the next 2 windows. So they're going to go stupid. They'll get. I said this before. You can't fine a billionaire and upset him. It's no punishment. And the worst thing about this, the worst, is it sets a precedent, which City will now argue till the end of time. So they won't get anywhere near the problems.
The difference here is this was self-reported from Chelsea. This is basically Chelsea's new owners discovering all this stuff that happened and reporting it. So the money isn't even taken out of the new owners, and money was set aside out of Abramovich's bank account in preparation for all this to happen. So it's coming from it's coming from an escrow account,
slush fund.
So again, the silver lining of this is that it does add another asterisk to Chelsea in everything that they've done under Abramovich, technically. So maybe instead of getting stars over the badge, they can get a couple asterisks over their badge.
Should replace them. Yep.
But Chelsea won't care. Chelsea won't care. They're still going to just take the slap on the wrist. They're still going to buy things. They're still going to win trophies. That's my worry. Again, kind of to your point, as I worry that that other clubs, especially the clubs that don't tend to operate legitimately
inside the law,
they just won't care. They'll just take the fines, they'll take the bans, and as long as they get a trophy, and Chelsea they get their Club World Cup prize money. It's like they got like 80 million, so they're like, cool, we're winning trophy. There's no teeth to any of these punishments if it comes so far after everything. You have to cease all operations during an investigation, which is hard because then you're like, well, if they're found not guilty, then what does that mean? Well, I don't know what to tell you. But it's not fair. I think you have to look at what's fair for everybody. If you're potentially harming the legitimacy and the credibility of the sport and the league, that should take precedent, and that should be you shouldn't be allowed to continue to damage that and to bring that.
The problem is in this world we live in today, you can argue the point on anything and get someone to listen. And like you just said, the punishment's got no teeth at all. But at least it would have had some impact if that had come out the last day of the season.
Yeah.
So this window now, they could do fuck all for Xabi. Sorry, they could do nothing for Xabi Alonso at all.
Yep.
For 2 whole years, nothing. That has an impact. It's like, I'll tell you now, City are going to get away with it, and it makes me feel sick. It's joke.
Well, again, City, perhaps the biggest charges for City are the fact that they did not cooperate and they concealed things. That's a bigger thing. That's bigger than a football thing.
Oh yeah, no,
that's the main difference. The main difference between City and
charges.
all these other clubs are dealing with, the Evertons and the Villas of Forest, whatever it is, because these are all self-reported. Even we self-reported financial stuff during COVID because the COVID financial rules changed, and we were like, "Yep, it's because the rules changed. We're a couple million, whatever, over. Here you go." That's just the way it works.
Did I hear you say as well that's a football association punishment, not a Premier League punishment?
This is the FA, yeah.
Yeah, right. So maybe it's a little bit different. They haven't quite got the teeth that the Premier League have got, really.
Yeah, so it's annoying. It is what it is. But and then in a similar note, in a show of solidarity, and we can talk about this a little bit. I don't know enough details about it, to be honest, but apparently UEFA and its associated European clubs have declared that they will cease involvement in all FIFA competitions moving forward in protest of Mr. Infantino's latest announcement of basically selling World Cup to private investors. CONCACAF joined the fight recently as well and has also joined the protest. I mean, on one hand, cool. On the other hand, it feels gross to agree with UEFA about anything.
Yeah, but they are right. Infantino refers to football as a corporation that he owns.
Yeah,
and it's to do with what he pleases.
Well, in the same breath, we'll call it a
got
democracy,
nothing.
though, too. It doesn't you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth, man.
But bottom line is that FIFA actually are just an illusion of power. When it comes to football, in as we all consume it, UEFA are 10 times more powerful. All the major competitions cover under UEFA rules. Premier League have nothing to do with anything FIFA says. Zero.
I think whether the most pessimistic person in the crowd will want to hear this or not, I think the fans ultimately are the most powerful. Look at what happened with the Super League.
Oh well, yeah, but
Look, we got the
we
biggest fixture in England in football, like delayed when we protested that. We lost a training ground sponsorship because of the negative publicity with that kind of stuff.
and
Fans
rightly
will always
so.
have the big say.
Oh, definitely. But when it comes to continents, and you're talking about your continent, you've got to have the people who are so-called got your back as fans. You've got to have someone decent in charge, and at least we've got Arsene Wenger there now, Madame Steph in the
Big
house.
up, Steph.
Yeah, we got Arsene Wenger, and people might not like Arsene Wenger, but I don't see him as an Infantino style
No, I don't
like
think.
dictator moron. He's got
Yeah,
football
yeah.
on
Well,
in
Arsene
here.
Wenger is an economist, so
Yeah.
he's before he's a coach.
Don't forget, David Gill's also in charge over there as well. So
Yeah, I saw him on a tram once in Manchester. He and his wife.
absolute Don, the
I
Don.
know. I was afraid to go up to him because
Honestly,
the tram was. It was like my
oh,
first trip. The tram was
he's the
moving
nicest
around.
guy.
I
Like,
was like, "That's David
yeah,
Gill. I should go say hi," but I didn't.
just walk past and bow. He'll understand. He probably would
I
have
should.
laughed.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I'm so sorry.
Can
I'm
you
so
come
sorry.
back? Can you come back?
Let me put my coat down so your wife can walk over it.
Yeah, sure. I'll lie down. She can stand on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's convenient though that all of a sudden UEFA and CONCACAF have decided to wait until DAZN wasn't handing out 80 million in prize money to try to
Shocker
put on
that.
this show of integrity. So now that DAZN is not doing broadcasts and stuff for the next Club World Cup, now everyone wants to suddenly find their integrity again.
Yeah.
I do
It's all to
wonder
do
if.
with.
Go ahead.
No, it's all to do. You're right. It's all to do with the TV money.
Yeah.
Now, like I said about UEFA controlling the if you have got UEFA on your side, you can make as a TV company you're cha-ching because they've got all of the major European competition, all the Euros, all the European Cup, UEFA Cup, Europa Cup, Europe Conference League, and all rights to with the Premier League and La Liga and all that across Europe.
FIFA doesn't actually have a lot of competitions to its name.
3.
Yeah, and like
They've got
the only one
3.
that, in fact, the only one that relates to actual clubs is just like the Club World Cup and
Yeah.
the Intercontinental Cup. I
No
think,
one's
right?
interested anymore because
Yeah,
the
no one
prize
cares.
money next year will be a 50 quid because the zone are not doing it.
Well, it's not for another couple of years, I think, anyway. But it's interesting. I wonder if, like we were talking about the Super League, I wonder if this protest from UEFA, the fact that Infantino's closest advisor has also resigned in protests
Yeah.
of this, and he has not had great things to say about this. I wonder if that's going to be enough to maybe kill this whole thing dead in the water, like the Super
I
League.
think so. I think there's now a few eyes. It was rumor and conjuncture before. There's
Yeah.
now people with real authority speaking out,
These
and he's been
things,
caught making the stupidest comments. I mean,
these
second
things
to
don't go away though. Too, these things
no,
they'll go behind the scenes. They'll go into the shadows and they'll go into
yeah,
the closed rooms and stuff. Like if you read this book behind me, one of these books, the Club. There's a chapter in there on the early meetings of the Super League. Super League didn't, what was that, 2021?
yeah.
Those meetings were being held, and Woodward was there at hotels back in like 2015.
100% the Glazers were pushing it with Woodward.
Yes.
I 100% believe it.
They wait,
It made
they
me feel
bide their
sick.
time, they wait for the landscape of things to be ripe, and then they will swoop in again. They might hide it under a different name, like they've done with other things, but
Yeah,
I just want these rich assholes to learn at some point that football doesn't belong to you. You
exactly.
don't get to decide what's best for it. You don't get to decide that you're the one who's in charge of it. You don't control it.
No, it belongs to us. It
Same with
belongs
clubs.
to
Just
us.
because you own something doesn't mean it belongs to you.
No, I mean, you know what? I remember getting pelters at the time, but I wanted United to come out and push the Super League. I wanted us to be the face you saw when everyone was going Super League, Super League, Super League. Because you know what? It would have broken the Glazers. It would have
Might have
broken
broken the
them.
club.
It would have. Because you couldn't break our club. You couldn't.
Well, if you get kicked out of UEFA competitions as a result, like that could be a big deal. I think.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
that
know,
could
what
kill the
you're
club.
waving the flag. They'd have had to do it to Real Madrid as well. Then, not
And
happening.
they would have done it to everybody. And so I do think that would have killed clubs in many regards. Speaking of killed clubs, and we're going to end on this real quick. Do you see that Brescia, little Brescia, has been has been dissolved as a club
Sad.
after 115 years on the simple case of 20 million euros in debt.
That is shocking. What
Again,
about Tonali put his hand in his pocket?
right?
Yeah, when he longing to go back to Brescia. Oh no, actually, he's now playing with a fellow Brescian, apparently in De Zerbi. So why don't they stick their hand in their pocket and buy a football club?
They could.
Rubbish.
I'll never tell anybody
Yeah.
what to do with their money, but yeah, that's definitely something that I would say that if I were Tonali, I would do that, but I'm not going to tell people what to do with their money.
I want to say I'd think about it, but I don't have to. I know for a fact if that something like that happens to United, one of our players would step in.
I like to think so. Again,
No, I just think that just too many can mouth and shout and scream about it because it knows it won't genuinely ever happen.
yeah.
But if it was tomorrow, it just folded and it was for sale, I think one of our players, Bex, would be all over that.
Oh yeah,
All over it.
Bex made a lot of money from the World Cup. He was in about 30 different commercials for 30.
He's stacking that dough for when Jim kicks the glazers out.
Beck's a billionaire.
So don't
now.
forget, Sir David comes in and just sits at the top of the thing.
Yeah, if Bex could come in and just run things,
Oh, I would love it. I would love it.
be amazing. The poll, if you guys, I know Steph saw the poll. Yeah, I did put a poll in there. It's 16
Yes,
votes.
Steph.
Most of you voted actually that you would rather have won the 2011 Champions League than the 2012 Premier League. So,
What?
hey, these people have spoken. I'm going to end the poll there, you guys.
Not having it. Show
Champions League
yourselves.
for a lot of people, Champions League do think that it has a little bit more prestige. I do think that beating that Barcelona side would have been a bigger statement of on pitch like superiority, but I would have rather put a very early dent in City's momentum when they were really starting to kind of
Yeah,
sow
no.
the seeds
It's
of
always
what
a
they would
Premier League
become.
for me.
It is always a Premier League for me. I'm just looking at from I can see where the people are coming from, but yeah,
I was
fun poll.
gutted. That final gutted me. And the little midget scoring a header as well is just even more
I don't
gutted.
even own any I will not buy that shirt, like the white one with the red and the black on the sleeve. I won't even buy that because it's just a bad. I won't buy anything from the the David Moyes the David Moyes year because it's just a sad memory. No, I don't have any shirts from that year, and I don't have anything from. I don't have that. I'll not get that 2011 final shirt, that white one. I won't be getting that one.
I've got a Fellaini wig.
Do you? I have a Mbumo beard that I put on for a show when we signed him.
Maybe it was all running around with Fellaini wigs on.
That's funny. So yeah, the Would You Rather is the new segment on the show. It is replacing the question from a boot. So starting 11 and Legends members, you saw how it works now. Take some time if you want to. It is a perk of membership. You do get to say in that. Don't put it in the live chat. Put it in the comment section or in the dedicated post, the member post over in the community section, just so I'll get notified if I have to look through the live chat. It's not going to get found. So
I mean, it'd be like, would you have prime Brian Robson or prime Roy Keane?
yeah, Beckham's right leg or Messi's left.
Well, that's not even a competition. It's Bex. Don't be silly.
Those kind of things are just interesting. How about Rio or Vidic?
Can I say Stam?
Stan
No,
or
Rio.
Vidic?
Yeah.
I'm still taking
Oh,
Vidic. So,
Yap Stam was so good. Though.
Vidic is the GOAT
Like
for
to
me.
know.
So
I'd struggle with that one. I'd struggle.
You get the idea, though. It's their heart. So take your
That's the
time,
one.
members. It's a perk of membership, as are scouting report suggestions, and is the WhatsApp group. So make sure to be nice and respectful in the WhatsApp group, as well as the live chat and in the comments section, you guys.
Absolutely.
We're all legends. It's a great community. Let's all just keep it that way. So
We've got to be.
but that's going to do it from us, you guys. If you weren't able to catch the live, leave a thought in the comment section. But most importantly, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Absolutely.
We are on the road to 5K now, and I think we can try to get there before the end of the season. I know it's a long road, but
Oh, that would be nice. Well, we said we'd get to 5K before the kickoff. We've done that.
yeah.
So come on,
If
everyone.
we get the 5K before the season starts, I'll do another giveaway.
There you go.
of
Got to
shirt.
do this.
Yeah,
And then
so
get everyone
yeah,
get in the
someone
fantasy
will get the
football as
new
well.
away kit if you guys
Yeah.
do that. So, But it's up to you guys. So keep hyping, keep liking, keep sharing, keep doing whatever you're doing because whatever you're doing is working. So yes, go check out the Fantasy Premier League. I did put the code's been in the chat a couple times. There is a post with the code over in the community section too. So go check that out, you guys. Big up Rob for handling that again.
Rob's
as well.
Rob's the man to ask for any of that.
Yes.
So.
If you want to get an inside track on some of that stuff, again, membership. He is pretty active with fantasy tips in the membership as well, and the WhatsApp group. So he does not shy away. He wants everybody to have fun. He wants it to be competitive, and he's more than willing to help.
See, the more people, the better it is. Because if there's only 5 of us in there, it's a bit.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I think we got quite a few.
We had a few. We had a few.
Well, I think there was about 15 or 20 last time I looked.
I'm working on being more of a phone. I'm not really a phone person in general, but I'm working on it. I just don't carry my phone with me throughout the day. It stays on the couch when I'm at home. So
perfect for the fantasy football though. Just to sit in there, quick little change of this and change of that.
So, but you guys, thank you guys for jumping in. Good little discussion today. Let us know if you think now is an ideal time and maybe even a possible time to go swoop for Lewis Hall. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of disarray in Newcastle, a lot of rats jumping ship. Could Lewis Hall be a red-headed rat that we go ahead and convince to jump ship and swim down the canal and roll up to Old Trafford? You guys know.
I saw somebody say, why would a Newcastle? What other Newcastle players have left? I said that's very silly. Because even if you went, Isaac was a flop, but he injured himself. Tonali hasn't played yet. Gordon hasn't played yet. But I'd like to point out Elliot Anderson left and did quite well.
Yeah,
so
I think that the system and the coach make a big difference for a lot of these. You stick some players in certain systems and it just doesn't work. So it is what it is. But
definitely keep an eye on that Robinson story because a bit like in the same way with Rodri. Could lean another player our way. I'm telling you, if he goes to Newcastle, Hall's leaving 100%. 100%.
If he goes to Newcastle, it's not even. I wouldn't even look at it as like, oh, that means we're getting it. I think that you look at it from Lewis Hall's perspective. I would just be like, why am I staying here? You guys are selling everybody. You have no idea what's going on. You won't even play me ahead of Dan Burn, who's not even a natural left back. Like it just doesn't make sense. So. Yeah.
He's perfect.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I think he'd be a good signing. Yeah, you're probably going to have to do like a 70 million with add-ons, but it is what it is at this point. So,
well, we said 10 years of service for 70 million pounds. Sign me up.
Yeah, and if we pay the add-ons again, people will like to talk about like, oh, it's with add-ons it's this much. Who cares if
we would have won the league?
Yeah. It means we've won stuff. Who cares at that point?
I'm very like they said about everyone moaned about Ballon d'Or clause for Martial. Right? Did anybody understand what it would have taken for him to have won that? Cristiano was the top goal scorer in this league. We won the league and the Champions League, and he nearly didn't win it. So if Martial ever won it, don't worry, because we've just won the treble again.
Yeah.
It
is what it is, you guys.
Before you spill the milk, isn't it?
Ian, thank you for stopping by tonight.
Always.
Glad to see you're feeling better, and big up Ash for pinch hitting for her dad yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'll say she's a little demon. She won't stand for anything. Well, I told her, I said, do not start gobbing off because you'll get put in your place. But I'm glad to see she kicked some Herbert out of the chat.
She held her own. She held her own. She dropped the hammer on somebody.
She's a good chip off the block, mate. I tell you.
Yeah, we appreciated it. Guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys again for stopping by, and
welcome.
See you guys on the next one. Laters.